Let me first of all say welcome to the Spring Hill Church, and it is our honor to host this wonderful event.
Our first speaker is going to be Commissioner Scherwin Henry. He is a native and lifelong resident of Gainesville, Florida. He's in his 6th year of elective service.
We thank you for this opportunity to come and gather to commemorate those 6 years. 6 years of a considerate commissioner. Thank you for 6 years of a constant change agent. Thank you for 6 years of a champion for his constituents. Bless our citizenry and bless Gainesville as a whole.
Really good evening, everyone. First of all, let me start by thanking you for coming out tonight. I've been very excited about this event, and I just thank you for caring enough to share your precious time with me this evening. Truly, it's been an honor and a blessing to have served you as the District 1 City Commissioner. It was almost 6 years ago that you cast your vote and showed me I was worthy to represent you as the District 1 City Commissioner. You put your trust in me that I would serve you well, and I have attempted to do just that. I stand before you tonight with great humility and gratitude. Okay, moving forward. Ladies and gentlemen, I've asked you to be here tonight because I want to give you an account of what has happened in District 1 during my time in office. The one desire I had as I was sworn in as a city commissioner was to leave District 1 better than it was when I was elected. Tonight I will give a brief recap of what has been achieved during my time in office. I will attempt to convey to you what has been done by covering 4 areas of importance to my district. Those areas are transportation, community development, recreation, and economic development. District 1 has some of the oldest transportation infrastructure in the city, especially in the eastern part of the city. As I became a city commissioner, one of my first acts as a city commissioner and as chairman of the Recreation, Cultural Affairs, and Public Works Committee was to initiate improving the roads in our community. The first slide that's shown shows where some of the reconstruction and resurfacing of roads have taken place. The following slides show the results of the work that was done. The roads you are seeing are Northeast 25th Street, Northeast 19th and 20th Street, and Northeast 19th Terrace, the road that leads to Walmart. I would like to thank Bartlett Temple United Methodist Church for making it possible to put in this road. The other roads you're seeing are Northeast 22nd Street and Southeast 9th Street. I mentioned to you about Don Hambridge. Let me tell you a feel-good story. This is what makes you really appreciate being a city commissioner. I got a call from a resident that lives on Northeast 22nd Street, and she was sharing with me how their yards had been flooding out because the water running off the street was running into their yards. And basically what it boils down to that the streets had no curbing. And to make a long story short, when the residents bought these homes, they had actually paid in money to have curbing done. But the curbing never got done. The developer died, and his estate was was in a mess, and so they really just lost the money that they had put in. But the citizen called me. I went to meet with her, and I told her I would get back to her in about a week, and I had Miss Andrew call Mr. Hambridge, and he agreed to join me to meet with the citizens to look at the problem to see if there was any solution that we could agree to. And sure enough, Mr. Hambridge met me at the resident's home, and we walked the street with them. We came back, and Don discussed some possible solutions. He said, but let me get back to you in about 2 weeks, and I guarantee you I will have a solution for you. And sure enough, he called me, We met again with the residents, and he explained to them what we could do was to put in what is called Miami curbing. Because what was happening, the road that they live on was really on the decline. So when it rained, the water is coming down the road, and because there wasn't any curbing, it had nowhere or no boundary to direct it to the gutter. And so sure enough, we talked with them. They agreed to that solution. Mr. Hambridge told them that it would take roughly about 3 months to get the job done. We agreed to start about that May or June, somewhere in there, and we expected to be finished by September. And we were close to it. I think we finished about the week after Labor Day or something like that. And the residents were so pleased that after, 15 to 20 years of trying, that we were finally able to give them a solution. To me, that is what the joy of being a city commissioner is all about. Residents have a problem, they contact you, they're looking to you to help them solve the problem to make their quality of life better. Community development. It contributes greatly to improving the quality of life of our citizens and their neighborhoods. The Community Redevelopment Agency, which is known as the CRA, has been instrumental in providing the city the needed resources to correct deficiencies in our neighborhoods. The Porter's neighborhood has benefited from the investment the city has made via the CRA. Also, the city's housing department has played a vital role in providing new housing stock in the Porter's community. Significant investment was made by the city of Gainesville via the CRA in the Pleasant Street, Fifth Avenue neighborhoods. With some degree of opposition, the City Commission, sitting in its role as the CRA board, voted to invest $1.2 million in infrastructure and build the CRA office building on Northwest Fifth Avenue in our attempt to revitalize the business enterprise climate that existed there during the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Realizing the importance of the history of the neighborhood, a donation from the family of Aquin Jones, lovingly referred to as Prof. Jones, laid the cornerstone also for the Legacy Project. Through the Legacy Project, we were able to get the home of Aquin Jones designated as a National Historical Site. In keeping with improving the Pleasant Street, Fifth Avenue neighborhood, the City Commission recently approved a design team to build a new police station. This act is a testament to the great job our force does in protecting our city. I want to thank Chief Jones and his staff for the job they're doing by bringing a new mindset to our police force. And let me take a step back and talk about housing. Most of you know that we've had the Lincoln Park development there on Waldo Road for a while. They were not able to build out as they should. And this particular area is part of our Southeast Gainesville Renaissance Initiative. Well, that concerned me because our future plan is to try to develop the Kennedy Homes property. But for me, the way that I saw it is, if we can't finish the subdivision that sits on the main highway in our community, how are we going to be able to sell Kennedy Homes? Well, I actually met with housing staff. I sat down and discussed my concerns with them about that. I asked them, was there anything that we could do to facilitate getting that build out, so as we transition to putting together the master plan for Kennedy Homes, we would have evidence that, first of all, we can raise the quality of our housing stock, that we can create new communities, new neighborhoods in our community. And if you look at Lincoln Park, to me, it looks beautiful to have all of those lots built out and every one of those lots sold. And I just want to give the housing department a round of applause. Moving to recreation, significant improvements were made to many of the recreational facilities through the funding of the Wild Spaces Public Places Initiative. With the dollars received from Wild Spaces Public Places, renovations were completed at Lincoln Park, where bathroom facilities in the parking lot were upgraded, and new fencing was installed. We were able to complete the construction of the new senior center to complement our programs for seniors at the Thelma Bolton Center, and completed renovations to the Rosa B. Williams Center. Reservations were also made at the T.B. McPherson Center. Four of the goals I am most pleased with in recreation are the significant upgrades to Cone Park, procuring continued funding to keep Mickle Pool open, leading the charge to develop a recreational master plan with the support of citizens in the community, having the Northeast Center, affectionately known as the Blue Center, named the Clarence R. Kelly Community Center. And as an added bonus, we now have an East Side Library branch located at Cone Park. Economic development should be a great priority for District 1. It must be a priority for District 1. Walmart has been very positive for the East Gainesville community. I am proud to stand before you tonight to share that construction of a second supercenter has started in the northwest quadrant of District 1. And let me just tell you, when we talk about District 1, there is the mindset that District 1 is just East Gainesville. This is a large district. District 1 covers all of East Gainesville. It covers the corridor of southwest, southeast 16th Avenue. It encompasses the northwest 5th Avenue, Pleasant Street district as well. And it reaches far over in the northwest, past 34th Street and 441, encompassing the Northwood neighborhoods, Pine Ridge as well. And having the supercenter built in that area, an area that has been starved for economic vitality for decades, means a lot to those residents. I know there are some that don't like the big boxes, but when you don't have sufficient transportation, when you don't have shopping in close proximity to where you live, and the way I look at it, those that possibly will utilize the jobs Walmart can offer, they just live a couple of blocks from Walmart so they can actually walk to work. So to me, this is a win-win situation. The University of Florida is showing their support of District 1 with the establishment of its East Side campus on Waldo Road and Innovation Square at the old Alachua General site. GRU has vacated 16 acres in the heart of District 1 and moved its operations center located on North Main Street. The acreage vacated by GRU was designated as the Power District. This will allow significant economic development in the heart of District 1 and in the heart of our city. As a matter of fact, we're negotiating with Peoria Robotics to locate its company there. They expect to have a workforce of about 80 employees. This next item is really dear to my heart. Over the last 2 years, I've been championing the issuing of a request for proposal to build a hotel conference center to be located downtown. From the proposal commissioned by the City Commission, it is estimated a development such as this would generate approximately $26 million in revenue, around 200 jobs. It would generate approximately $1.2 million in sales tax and approximately $1.6 million in tourist development dollars. It is important that we concentrate on developing the inner core of our city. It is important that we find ways to bring the mid to lower service jobs to our community. A number of individuals will not be able to work at Innovation Square. A number of individuals will not be able to apply for a number of the technical jobs that are expected to be produced. We must produce jobs that encompass all levels of employment. In conclusion, I consider myself blessed to have had the experience of a lifetime in serving as your District 1 Commissioner. I don't have time to share everything that has happened over my 6 years in office, but I do want you to leave here knowing that I gave my heart and soul to get the job done. I wish I had time. Thank you. I wish I had time to do more, but change must come. I ask all who are in the presence of the sound of my voice to first of all put petty politics aside. We have a new commissioner-elect. She will need your support. I'm going to ask Commissioner-elect Yvonne Henson-Rawls to stand, please. Let us continue to band together about the change and to bring about the change we want to have happen in District 1 and the city of Gainesville. And let me say this, yes, I was elected by residents of District 1, but also I have fully understood as I took the oath of office that as a commissioner, I serve all citizens. It's not about black or white, but it's about the people. And if there's one tidbit of advice, Commissioner-elect Rawls, that I can give you, is that it's about the people. Giving families a chance to live the quality of life they desire. We saw what can happen when we came together to save the fairgrounds. Didn't we, Commissioner Pincus? I appeal to you, East Gainesville Development Corporation. I appeal to you, NAACP. I appeal to you, Black on Black Crime Task Force. I appeal to you, 4As. I appeal to you, Democratic Black Caucus. I appeal to you, fraternities and sororities. I appeal to you, county and city commission and school board. Let us come together. Let us pool our resources. We need citizens to apply for some of the city and county boards and committee seats. We, and I'll say that again, we must get involved in the process to make our community as great as it can be. We must be involved in bringing forth the destiny and the vision for our community that we desire. We can have 100 plans, but until we get involved to bring about what those plans consist of, we will be here 5 years from now, 10 years from now, saying the same words, feeling the same way. I had an opportunity to speak to a crime watch group, and the first thing that they were conveying is, oh, woe is me, I live in East Gainesville. I'm sorry, East Gainesville is not a bad place to live. To me, East Gainesville is the gem of the city of Gainesville. And if you live in East Gainesville and you're not conveying that pride, that spirit, that joy of where you live, I was asked a question by the reporter, what do I think is going to take to change the perception? Well, we can either contribute to changing the perception or we can perpetuate the perception. I choose the former. I'm going to contribute to change the perception. That's what my 6 years have been about. Changing that perception, showing pride, being proud about where I live. Some have asked what my future plans are. Well, first of all, I'm going to take a moment to acclimate myself to being an ordinary citizen. I'm going to spend time with my family. And for the first time in 6 years, I'm going to take a real vacation. Then I'll speak with the missus to see if I have her support for another political run in office. And if she's in agreement, I'll weigh my options for either 2013 or 2014. Truly, I have loved every moment of what you all blessed me to experience as your representative. I thank you for the words of encouragement at the supermarket, at the mini-mart, because you just don't know how God moved on you to give me those words at the right time. Because this can be a hard job, but if I was blessed to do it again, I would. I thank you so much for being here tonight to hear me, to share your presence with me, and truly I'm humbled and I'm honored to have served you as a District 1 Commissioner. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Henry, for a very, very passionate speech. And it is my pleasure, as your Mistress of Ceremonies, to introduce someone who's become my friend over this past year. Chris Coleman is the Chairman and CEO for East Gainesville Development Corporation.
We invited Commissioner Henry to come back into us right before Christmas. Thank you for taking your time. I'd never seen Commissioner Henry in shorts and a t-shirt. It was a great thing. But I asked him, what was the initial mission statement? What is it that we're doing and how are we different? And he laid it out for me quickly. To enhance the cultural, economic, and social development of the east side of Gainesville. He described to me why the initial members came to the organization and why it was created. He expressed ideas such that there's been certain forces working against the east side of Gainesville. And if you go back in history, you can see it. The position of where the university is, the building of Oaks Mall. I-75 is a force that is hard to work against. You have to love your community to keep it existent and keep it relevant. And some of the initial founders realized that.
West 23rd Avenue and the Waldo Road corridor rezoned to business industrial. For those of you that are familiar with that area, it's starting from Sonny's and going back. Again, is an area of opportunity because its past usage has been more sort of semi-industrial, auto mechanic type area. So, and GTech is a third opportunity as well. The fourth opportunity, I guess, it would be imperative upon us to really try to find a tenant for the vacant food lion as well. And the fifth thing is to hire an economic development director at the city of Gainesville. So that's it for me.
That's your five. Thank you, Commissioner Henry.
There's some of the difficult things that East Gainesville is trying to fight with.
Now, to get to the root of your question, it's going to take political will from the City Commission to target dollars to do just that.
An opportunity to navigate, to know what is here, what plans are in place.
If you've ever worked in nonprofits and you look at your recruit numbers, there's what they call professional boards that are areas of distinguishment, but they're not actually providing work. I think I can honestly say that EGDC made a transition, not intentionally over the years, but